Hello everybody, this is the Golden Lock Picker and I'm back at you here with another lock in the vise today. What I have for you guys today is an older Squire 550 brass padlock. It's a 4-lever padlock that's made over in, I believe, the UK. Let's see what this one says. Yep, made in England. Lock makers since 1780. Boy, that's quite a long time ago. And this particular lock is identical in size to the 440 and the 555. I think the difference is now is this has been phased out and is I don't believe made anymore. I could be wrong on that. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. For the 555, which is a stainless steel version of this. But this is an older brass body padlock. And if you're new to this channel, you've never seen these locks before, this is a lever lock. And you can tell because when we look at the key there, just the way that that bitting sort of works, as we turn this over, you can see it actually moves this sort of a bar back and forth into the locking mechanism there. And there's actually some levers there that have to be lifted up. And as this key turns over, usually about, let's go ahead and move it back here. Once it gets to about here, and this is important to note for picking, you can feel it sort of get to that apex. And you can notice there that at this point, the key no longer wants to flip back over because we've overcome basically that spring tension, and we're now to the point that the levers, which look like little, almost kind of like D-shaped metal pieces, they sort of move back and forth up and down, and they have slots cut in them. And there is a spring-loaded piece to that because there's a spring back here for these to go up and down. And then also, as you put tension on the furthest back lever, that actually pulls the bolt back in towards those mechanisms, and those cuts, which correspond to the cuts on this key, they actually are responsible for what allows that bolt to slide back and forth. So once all of those align, because it's been lifted to the proper height, they basically move back and forth. Now you do have to have the key to lock it unless you're going to pick it closed. So I do recommend, if you are planning on getting one of these locks for your own use, like a lever lock, preferably get one that has a key so you could actually easily lock it after you've unlocked it. So we'll go ahead and cinch this up in the vise. We'll try to get this nice and tight, as we want to make sure that thing's not going to move around. We'll set the keys down. And I just want to show off these tools. These are from Nigbee. He actually makes all these tools by hand, and he actually lives over in the UK, where lever locks are actually pretty common and popular. As well, he is a fellow lock picker, and he picks lever locks, and he decided to make some tools himself. He actually takes the time to make these by hand. You could try to make these yourself, and handmade tools are certainly feasible with this, with kind of the 2-nail approach, but boy, you're kind of going to be hard-pressed to make stuff that looks this good. And he makes sure that each one of these is, these sets that he makes, is compatible with the Squire 440, Squire 220, the Squire 660, and also you'd be able to pick, I believe it's the Chubb Cruiser, and I believe it's the Chubb Battleship, and I think there may even be another lock that I'm forgetting, like maybe the ERA Insurance. So this is a great set. So if you're interested in that, you can always check out his channel. I'll try to leave a link in the description down below to his channel. He doesn't have an official storefront. You just have to reach out to him, and if he decides to make some, he makes some, and you know, you go from there. So let's get to picking here. I'll be using this tensioning tool here, and what I'll do is I'll actually insert this all the way to the back. And as you can see there, I'll just point this out to you. You can actually see through the lock there, and that's actually what this post does, is it sort of aligns the key properly. And then this bar here, if you were to look at that relative to this key, you would notice it aligns this post once it's at the proper depth. It actually aligns it, and it turns on that last lever right there, which is basically that tensioning bolt. So we'll go ahead and put this in. This is our tensioner, and then this is our pick. It's a wire pick. This is music wire, and then a 3D printed handle. So I'll go ahead and insert those. We'll get that turned over here, and I will turn this just that way for me ergonomically I have a chance at picking this. So let's get to picking here. Feel a little movement on one, probably maybe too much there. I'm going to slow down on my movement. Okay, 3. 4 feels pretty tight. These things usually like a lot of tension, these lever padlocks from Squire. A lot more than you'd ever use on a pin tumbler per se. Okay, nothing on 3 or 4. Okay, go back to 1, 2. I felt something move a little there, just a little bit. Okay, what I'm doing is just kind of trying to pick up to that tension point, like I pointed out with the key, and then move my way down. And I just pick it up, back down, and I just keep going through the stack. Okay, I felt a little something there on either it was 3 or 4. So, okay. Hopefully I'm not oversetting there on 1. That's probably too much. Okay. Just going to move my hand here and try to keep tension. Okay. Okay, we felt something move there. Oh, well, there we go. And as you see, we spun that over, and it is now unlocked. How about that? So that was a Squire 550 lever lock. Hope you guys enjoyed that. This lock, I believe, is currently unranked on Lock Pickers United, but it is categorized your image on there, and I believe it's currently under evaluation. My guess is, since this is very identical to the Squire 440, is that hopefully one day this lock in the Squire 555 will one day be a yellow belt lock, since they are both 4 lever locks. So let's see if we can't get our picking tool out, our tensioning tool. It looks like we're in good shape there. And as I mentioned before, if you want to lock it back up, you'll need to hopefully either have a key, or otherwise you're going to have to pick it in reverse. So let's go ahead and turn it back over. There we go. And how is that? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to do me a favor and drop a like on the video, and hopefully subscribe if you guys are finding this stuff entertaining and helpful for you. as lock sport hobbyists. And also, do me a favor, go check out Nigbee's channel. He has some great lever lock picking videos, and obviously makes great tools. There's a lot of other great pickers out there like Nick's Picks. Rune Smith is another good one for lever locks. And I'm trying to think, D-Mac has a lot of good ones. So go check those guys out if you're into this lever lock picking, and hope you guys enjoy. Catch you guys later in the next video. Bye.